Lawrence Baidoo joins us this afternoon. Lawrence, good afternoon, Medasi. Thank you very much for joining.
Thank you very much, Stu, for having me. I think we have to go through those lessons again to get to 3 up to task here. But you try with that one.
All right, let's talk about the Black Queens of Ghana. They've been training, they've been in camp for the past few weeks. They had a friendly against the Super Falcons of Nigeria, although they lost. But how ready do you think the players are? And also, what about the list that just been released? 5 home-based players. What does it say about the development and competitiveness of the Ghana Women's Premier League?
Sure. Let me take it from the angle of the preparation bit, because when the team was called into camp, we were expecting a few friendly games to be played, which we saw them arrange some for them. So look at the like of Mali, Malawi, and Nigeria. Initially, even Benin wasn't part of the plan. It was actually Botswana, but Benin pulled out and Botswana pulled out and Benin had to come in. So 2 wins against Malawi and Benin, which gave the team a good momentum. However, we all knew the task against Nigeria was always going to be difficult, because you look at Ghana and then Nigeria, and the gap is wider than it was previously. But then kudos to the coach, who seems to be getting used to his players. I'll move on to the squad, because as you have rightly mentioned, we have 5 players from the Women's Premier League making the cuts. Look, it's in previous times, it used to be the other way around, where we have more of the local players making the squad than foreign players. But in these days, even players who play their trade in the Women's Premier League are looking to move outside of it, move to greener pastures, to play more, to get themselves used to the European weather. So it's not their fault that they are having some of these challenges come up. Or it's not Ghana's fault, the coach's fault, that we have more foreign-based players coming into the squad. But then, yes, the league is competitive. But then if you really want the best out of your national team, the foreign players are the best ones to consider. I'm not taking anything away from the Women's Premier League, because that is perhaps where I have covered most this season. But then we look at the players of quality available. These are the players he had on board. If you look at the squad as well, I think it's just 4 players who have ever had a chance to play in the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. So there's a bit of worry on that regard, if I am to point it out.
All right, but with what you've just explained to us, it seems that expectations are not high in terms of the Black Queens of Ghana, but in a group where we have South Africa, Mali, and Tanzania, how do you think, or what do you think will play out? Do you think the chances of the Black Queens going out of that group is bright, or you think that fans and lovers of the Black Queens should just keep their hopes in check and just see whatever happens, and with faith that Ghana would go through to the knockout stages?
Look, I'm going to tell you something. Before the appointment of Lars Björkegren, I would say expectations were quite high. If they were at this level, I would say right now they have dropped to this level. You know why? Because Lars has not had enough time with his squad. He's just coming in January, so trying to work with whatever Nora Hopto did previously. I thought Nora was doing a good work, but then she leaving left a huge gap, especially because she had gotten herself used to the squad, and we're all looking forward to her guiding the team until the contract expired and there was no agreement between herself and the Ghana Football Association. So there's a bit of a worry, and I would say expectation is not too high from Ghanaians. They are looking at probably the team making a return to the continental stage. If not anything, they should put out some decent performances. But you look at the group and you see the like of South Africa, you see the likes of Mali and then Tanzania, and you are thinking, look, this is a group that you should be able to come out and at least make the knockout stages. If that is where the journey is going to end for you, you should be able to get there. Because if I say expectation is to go on and win the title, I'll be deceiving you. Even Lars Björkegren knows that his side is not among the favorites to win this trophy, but then he says they can pull a surprise. We are all looking forward to whatever results that will come aside. Making the knockout stage will be a surprise for me. But then expectations from Ghanaians, from everyone within the team, even some of the players, if you get to speak to them, will tell you that the expectations within the camp is not too high. we are trying to do our best, but the expectation is very limited.
All right, Lawrence. I think it's quite good that you mentioned Coach Lars, and you mentioned when he was appointed. Obviously, January, which is quite short. When you are thinking about how much a coach could impact the team, but nevertheless, he has had time with them. Let's say just close to 6 months. So, in your own opinion, do you think he has probably had enough time to make a good impact in the team? What changes have you possibly seen that he has made with the team? And do you think that the team is ready enough to go to WAFCON and to possibly give their all and their best?
I mean, to be honest with you, his first two assignments or his first 2 international windows that he had, there were various complaints from the Ghanaian space. You know what? Under Nora Hapto, they saw the team play to a certain levels, play with. I mean, they had a game plan, they had a routine that they were playing, but under Kim Lars, his first 2 assignments, I mean, it was chaotic. You could barely tell the style the team was playing. But luckily for Ghanaians, the last 3 games they have been appreciative of where he wants to, the kind of plans he wants to implement with this squad. In as much as we are looking at 6 months being too short, I feel he's done some good work in the last 3 games that we've played. Look, the team lost against Nigeria, but there were some signs of positivity in that performance that we saw against Nigeria. Forget about the team scoring from a penalty shootout, but they were able to create chances which weren't seen in previous games. So I would say it's development. I mean, it's a progress that they have made compared to his initial days in charge of the team. I'm not, as I mentioned earlier, we are not too raising the bar too high for him. All that Ghanaians are looking to see from the team is play to a certain rhythm, play to a certain level. I mean, give their best, fight for balls, chase every ball that will be on the pitch. The game against South Africa, look, we all know will be very difficult looking at the quality that South Africa possesses. But the other 2 games against Mali and then Tanzania, I thought Ghanaians are looking to see positivity from the Black Wings.
All right, Lawrence Baidoo, I want to say a big thank you to you, but we hope that the few experienced players in the team, I know Priscilla Dubie has been with the team for a long time. I saw her also at the Aisha Buhari Cup in Lagos, Nigeria. We hope that players like that, Portia also in the team, we hope they can inspire the Black Wings of Ghana. But Charlie, we hope to see Ghana, go out of the group. If not, my brother Charlie, who will get to the Ghanaians and show them some stuff.
I know, right? We are all looking for ways and means to banter each other, but
we are winning the banter at the moment. Charlie, it's going to be Nigerian jollof all the way.
I mean, for Nigeria, we are chasing a record 10. You see, there's something about Ghana is the fact that we've been to 3 finals and we've lost all 3. So, Charlie, that's one. I mean, in as much as expectations are quite limited, if we get to the final, we don't want to mess this one up, Charlie.
All right, Charlie, thank you very much, Vedasi. We hope to talk to you soon during the course of the show, right? That was Lawrence Baidoo talking to us about the chances of the Black Wings of Ghana.